All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahawashi Ba'Hashem Rachaha Kodash. Throwing honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakatham. And the title of this is going to be Everybody is About to Catch an L Except for the Elect. All right. And it kind of hit my spirit as I was watching brothers kind of go in on their videos, you know, this afternoon at work. What they don't realize is that the grace period is almost up. You know, even though Jake think that they're catching hell or they're this and they're that, even guys that believe that they're in the faith. And when I say believe that they're in the faith, that means that they've deceived themselves. They know that they're a Hebrew Israelite. They know what's coming, but their mind is not really in it. Okay, and so they'll know about the curses and feel, you know, some oppression and you know, and feel, you know, overwhelmed here and there, but they don't realize that this is still grace. Remember what the Lord can really do, man. That was illustrated in the chattel slavery captivity, man. That psychopathic demonic energy he had on Esau Edom, which that was his true nature, really. He's really just covered that up. All right, but that's what the Lord is capable of, man. And what we're under right now is a giant grace period, man. And even back then, you know, you have the grace period in the sense that grace in the context of will you be delivered in the final what do you call it? The final captivity, okay? When we all get saved and delivered out of this place, you know, it's grace in that context. Will you be a part of that number that makes it out of here? And the vast majority of these people are about to catch a big fat L, man. There ain't gonna be no out, because this is gonna be the Lord doing it. Okay, this is not gonna be a conventional war in World War III. Okay, this is not gonna be a conventional economic downfall. Okay, because it's the beast system. Okay, this is not gonna be a conventional anything. Okay, this is the end manifesting itself. Okay, and everybody that's not of the fold, when you look at Ezekiel 9 and 4, everybody that's not of the fold, they don't have that exemption, that tawah on their forehead, all right? Y'all are going to be exterminated, man, okay? Rubbed out, you know? And you see the spirit of people getting antsy, they're getting scared. You know, Esau's riling up again, you know? He's getting back in his his bag of pride. Okay, making these bold statements, trying to cite statistics, which they all make up, you know. Now, I will say, I can believe a lot of those statistics because Jake is wicked, but ultimately it's unrighteous because a lot of it is still not true. But he's painting a narrative is the point, you see. He'll be able to give you information that's technically true, but he's not going to tell you how Chicago got 100,000 gang members. Okay, he'll just say that there are gang members there and they need to be dealt with, but he's not going to tell you they flourished because he didn't police those communities and he brought in the drugs and he brought in the guns. Okay, and he sustained this culture through music, okay, and pop culture. He made that popular, okay, to the point now it's like if you're not of that life, if you're not a drug dealer or a scammer, you know, you're not even going to get as many women. Okay. You can't be an average normal guy as a so-called black man and get a bunch of women. Now, why is that? Because he's curated a narrative, okay? And the scriptures say, woe to him that put the bottle to his neighbor, man. You know? And so all of these things are now coming together, especially with Charlie Kirk dying so graphically on camera. Okay, had it televised. It was a professional hit for sure. Okay? For two reasons. Number one, that the shot that he hit him with, I'm not sure how far away it was, but it was definitely clean. Okay, and he got away. So those two facts right there tells me this was not your average everyday guy, unless the security there was just that bad or that poor. Okay, but they're looking to paint a narrative because they already have a plan of what they're gonna do. Okay, it's already been, you know, locked in. All right, so All they got to do now is convince the population that their cause is righteous. You know, you don't think Andrew Jackson did the same thing before he rolled on Gad and the Native Americans? Okay, you don't think they convinced themselves that their cause was righteous? Okay, they had Bibles in their hands the whole time, man. Okay, so they'll make up a narrative. They'll infer things and add things to the Bible and to the scriptures, and take away things out of the Bible and the scriptures, just so their will is forwarded in the earth, you know. And so now this is the culmination of the final prophecy, man. And I'm glad, man. You know, I can't wait. I'm tired of looking at people going to work every day like mindless zombies, like this shit is fucking normal. This shit ain't normal, man. Okay, you ain't supposed to walk outside and women are shaped like this, and they proud. They got an attitude like they look like Halle Berry, man. You know, you breathing in fumes everywhere. You go to the grocery store, 85% of the shit in the grocery store, you turn to the back of it, you can't even read that, man. You know, you don't even know what you're eating. You know, who wants to live like this, man? I'm sick of living like this. You know, so the Lord's got to put unleash them plagues here, man. Okay, it's like Trump said he's gonna unleash law enforcement, and he's gonna unleash the talent and potential of AI and all of that. Well, the Lord's gonna unleash plagues, okay? Because that's what this place needs, man. It needs plagues and it needs the missiles ASAP, okay? And for all of you that are getting scared, look, man, we tell you every day to pray, okay? Fast. Get your spiritual house in order, okay? And that's what the scriptures say in 2 Ezra 14. Okay, it says, set your house in order, okay? And let go of the mortal thoughts and put off the weak nature. Why does it say that? Okay, because that's going to be a requirement, man. If you don't do those things, you're going to be through out here. This isn't going to be normal, okay? Not only is it going to be one of the worst horrific sets of atrocities that's going to occur here in America, but the people in America are super sensitive, okay? They're fat, they're stupid, they have no attention spans, okay? They're proud, they're addicts, all right? And we're all guilty of that to some degree, you know. But you people are not going to be defended, man. Okay, you are not going to be defended, as it says in Isaiah 65. My servants will eat, but ye shall be hungry. All right. So, you know, brothers may have things, you know, set away, you know, for an emergency scenario, but ultimately we don't need those things, man. We have what we need. We're by being rooted in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's what we need. That's all we need, man. Okay. So as these people start to panic and have more questions about what's going on and how is this going to happen and are we going to go back to normal, we're going to be good. We're going to be reading the scriptures, okay? Lord willing, you know, brothers can be among with some brothers when all hell breaks loose. But if not, we're still going to be comforted, man. The Lord can send an animal to comfort you, man, okay? The Lord can send a woman. He can send what he said the rocks, the stones of the field will be in league with thee, man. What does that mean? Okay, that means you're gonna be untouchable, unfuckwittable. Okay, when you read Psalms, is it 91 or 191? It says 1,000 by that right side, yet shall no evil touch thee. You know, don't be afraid by the terrors by night or the arrows that fly by day. Okay. Why does it say that, man? Because it's gonna get super, super bad out here. And if you're not of the elect, you're gonna catch a big fat L. Everybody, heathen, 2/3 niggas, the devil, Esau. Okay, even the animals are gonna catch an L here, and they ain't even do nothing. All right, the scriptures say, Lord, will you displeased at the rivers? You know, because when the Lord gets angry, man, his wrath is all encompassing. It's collective judgment. Okay, and this is why the Lord warns and warns and warns, and this is why the Lord is long suffering and slow to wrath, because when the wrath finally arrives, it's a lot of collateral damage, a lot of collective damage. Okay, so hey, when this thing fully pops off, man, y'all not gonna see us no more out here. Okay. And we can't wait, because we know what time that is. Okay, we know what that means, you know. And the elect that are gonna get it, they're you know, that are meant to get it, they're gonna get it. You can't stop the elect from waking up. Okay, so this is why we're not concerned. Our job is just to preach the gospel. okay, to warn the sheep and to condemn the wicked, okay? And by this point, the gospel has been preached. We're just waiting for these last final moments, man, you know? It's like you breaking your fast. You've been on the fast for 3 days, and you at the last hour, okay? And the last hour seemed like it took like another 3 days. Mouth salivating, you know, slobbering, because you know you're gonna get ready to eat. That's how it feels right now, man. Waiting for the end to come, because we see it here, but it's like, you know, what's taking so long? But that's okay, you know, because the Lord wants it like that, and it's gonna be as a thief in the night to the rest of you people, okay? So while everybody's wondering about what's going on with Charlie Kirk, we already know. We can't piece together every single detail, but we already know this is some kind of psyop. Nothing is just a coincidence, okay? So the Esau's up to something. That's what, okay? And you get ready for an October surprise. And that's what I believe is on the way, okay? It's September 9/11, which that date is not lost on me. That, you know, he got taken out the day before that, you know, and he's about to have everybody bow to that image, okay? So, hey, we're gonna keep an eye on it and update as needed. But Lord willing, this is edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Shalom, Kwam Yasharal.